accounts for commercials, like how we did it in the North Hills.
Yeah.
Do like time for commercial.
Yeah, I'll kind of give you a wave or whatever. Let you know. Yeah. I didn't think we say this because I know this is one of their guys. Torture. Torture.
Yeah, I guess.
Torture.
I think that's like, yeah,
Yeah, I think. I know that's one of their guys. I remember reading his name.
Torturea, but that doesn't make sense.
It could be. Torturea. Like diarrhea.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Torturea. I'm going to go with Torturea.
Torturea. I like it.
Alright.
That's one of their guys, you said?
Yeah, that's one of the guys, yeah, that I remember seeing. You know, he caught some passes or Luke said that he was one.
Yeah, that would make sense. That always pops up. Go here. Is that what you typically see?
Hey, are you guys broadcasting online?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's online?
Yeah. HighTopSportsNetwork.com. Yes.
Yeah, I got one.
Have to go to Japan? That's pretty cool. I'm sure they.
That's just an extra.
Yeah, gotcha. So just so you know, we have to do a play of the game and a player of it.
Yeah.
So just kind of keep in the back of your mind, like if you see a play that you thought was pretty good, I brought a pen. Are we gonna do any pregame?
I mean, as soon as they're done with the alma mater, you guys can talk.
Okay.
This one? Yeah. These are ours. I don't know if we're gonna hear anything.
Don't worry about it. I'll wait. I'll go with it here. I'll be able to hear. Yeah.
No, that's good.
That's good?
Yeah.
No.
Does this have to be a certain way? Does it matter?
In front of me.
Now we ask you to turn your attention to the visitor side of the 50-yard line, where we are privileged this evening to welcome our senior football players and their families. Our first member of the class of 2022 is Kiski of ballet. Kiski is accompanied by Ola and Howard at ballet, and his best football memory is watching Coach Tortoria do the electric slide in the locker room.
Tortoria, there we go.
His advice for underclassmen is to work hard, and your time will come. Jimmy enjoys all kinds of sports and hanging out with his friends. His future plans are to attend college, although he is unsure of where he is going
How about
at this
that?
point in time.
Right off the bat.
Perfect. Tortoria.
Jimmy, Egg Valley. Our next senior is Logan Bernesser.
You know what's even better? There's another senior here,
Logan is
Egg Ballet. I don't know, but they're going to say his name.
I think that's who that just was.
No, it wasn't
Number
Tim.
10.
It wasn't Tim. They didn't say Tim.
Dude, 10 just went across the field. I missed it. On ball.
Did they? Good job.
like his time.
There's advice for underclassmen. You get to decide the legacy that you
I
leave.
can't mute it and
Logan's
keep
activities
our
and hobbies are
shield at the
football,
same time.
basketball, and AAU basketball, and his future plans are to attend college and to play football. Logan, Bernesser. Our next senior is Mason Devon. Mason is accompanied by Chris and Ellie Devon. He has been playing football for 9 years. Mason's best football memory was beating Franklin Regional on homecoming in his sophomore year. His advice for underclassmen is to keep working hard and your time will come. He speaks in lacrosse and his future plans are to attend college and to study construction management. Mason Devon. Our next senior is Logan Douglas. Logan is accompanied by his mother, Shauna Douglas, and his father, John Douglas. Logan has played football for 12 years, and his favorite football memory is playing the game and forming many bonds and friendships over the years. Logan's advice for underclassmen is to stay committed to the program, get in the weight room, and savor every moment that goes by too fast. Logan enjoys hunting, fishing, and lacrosse, and his future plans are to attend a 4-year college to study wildlife management and biology, play lacrosse, and ultimately become a game warden. Logan Douglas.
Nice, Logan.
Our next senior is Jack Keenan. He is accompanied by Kevin and Julie Keenan. Jack's favorite football memory was visiting all of the schools for homecoming, and his advice for underclassmen: keep working hard and listen to the coaches. They know what is best. Jack's activities and hobbies include football, captain of the soccer team, basketball, and a hurdler for track. And Jack's future plans are to attend a 4-year college to study history, secondary education, and to run hurdles for track. Jack Keenan. Our next senior is Preston Coleman. Preston is accompanied tonight by Teresa and Derek Huber. Preston has been playing football for 5 years, and his best football memory is getting better and stronger every day with all of his teammates. His advice for underclassmen: keep working hard, and your time will come. His activities and hobbies include hanging out with friends, playing sports, reading, and working out. Preston's future plans are going to college and playing football. Preston Nolan. Our next senior is Josh Miller. Josh is accompanied tonight by Jim Miller and Heather Miller and has been playing football for 12 years. Josh's best football memory is winning the homecoming game his sophomore year and getting to play with his brother. His advice for underclassmen: to follow your dreams and never give up on what you want in life. Josh also competes on the basketball team, and his future plans include attending college to play football and getting his degree in psychology. Josh Miller. Our next senior is Tyler No. Tyler is accompanied. He's accompanied by Lisa No and Boom No. His favorite football memory was winning his first football game during his senior season. His advice for underclassmen to work hard and to get better every day, whether it's in the weight room or on the field. Tyler's activities include working out at the gym, playing video games during his free time, working as a lifeguard, and going out for a night ride. His future plans are to attend West Virginia University to pursue a career in nursing. Tyler, no! Our next senior is Tanner Plant. Tanner is accompanied tonight by his parents, Tim and Tracy Plant. He's been playing football for 2 years, and his best football memory is winning the first home game of this season against Mars. Tanner's advice for underclassmen: have as much fun as possible, because it will be over before you know it. Tanner's activities and hobbies include playing basketball, hanging out with friends, skateboarding, and lifting weights. His future plans are to attend a 4-year college. Tanner Plant. Our next senior is Dominic Rossi. Dom is accompanied by his parents, Glenn and Renee Rossi. He has been playing football for 12 years, including from age 6 with the Shaler Cubs. His best football memory is winning the first game of the senior season over Newcastle with his friends who he's been playing with for 12 years. Dom's advice for underclassmen is to keep working hard. Everything you do is for a reason. Dom's activities and hobbies include football and playing volleyball, and his future plans are to attend a 4-year college to study exercise science. Dominic Rossi. Our next senior is Dylan Schlegel. Dylan is accompanied by his parents, Kelly and Shane Schlegel, and his sister, Yada. Dylan has been playing football for 12 years, and his best football memory is throwing a game-winning touchdown against Kiski in the 8th grade. His advice for underclassmen: always believe in yourself because you are always better than you think. Dylan's activities and hobbies include football, basketball, and DoorDash. His future plans are to play football at a 4-year university and major in finance and statistics. Dylan Schlegel. Our next senior, Peyton Smith. Peyton is accompanied by his mom Jen, his dad Doug, his sister Brianna, and his brother Hunter. Peyton has been playing football for 6 years, and his best football memory as a freshman was beating Newcastle. His advice to underclassmen is the only way you fail is if you never try. So do your best and never give up. Peyton is an avid golfer, and his future plans are to attend PCAC for business and ultimately transfer to Robert Morris University. Peyton Smith. And our final senior, Austin Timko. Austin is accompanied by Adam and Chrissy Timko. And Austin has been playing football for 13 years. His favorite football memory was the Pick 7-on-7 camp. And he said he made it to the championship game and beat 2 defending championship teams after a 3-game losing streak. Austin's advice for underclassmen: to enjoy the good times while they last. High school football flies by, and it will be over before you know it. Austin enjoys football, baseball, playing any pickup games with friends, as well as snowboarding. His future plans are after high school to attend college of some sort, and he is still trying to figure that out. Austin Timko. A big round of applause for your Shaler area class of 2022.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Shaler Area High School as the Kiski area Cavaliers get set to take on the Titans I am your host, Mark Flem, alongside color man extraordinaire, J-Bo. No need for first or last name, J-Bo. We're here for an exciting game tonight, and something has got to give as both teams come into this matchup winless in conference play. And a lot of things on the line. You and I had talked about potentially playoffs and basically a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, looking forward to the game tonight, Flem. Like you said, both teams coming off of Kiski coming off a loss last week. Shaler kind of on a little bit of a losing streak as well. So two desperate teams, going to see who's hungry tonight and come out here with like I said, something's got to give. Somebody's going to get a win here tonight, and a big win. So.
Kiski area is coming off a tough loss to Fox Chapel, 35-21. And as you and I were talking a little bit here off air, the score doesn't reflect the type of game that was last week. A nail-biter back and forth, basically a touchdown game the entire way before Fox Chapel intercepted a pass late and was able to make it a two-score game. But Kiski area, two back-to-back losses. If you go back 2 weeks, looking at North Hills, that was a 4-point loss in the closing seconds. So very heartbreaking defeats, especially when you're coming off a solid 5-0 start.
Right. So you're going to look to see how Kiski handles that early on and see if they can get some momentum going, get some some positive plays and rebound from that little losing streak that they're on here.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need some momentum, especially on the offensive side. Looking at some of the stats, Kiski through the first 4 games averaged 30 points per contest. In their last 3, they're averaging less than 2 touchdowns per game. They've scored a total of just 38 in their last 3 games. So certainly, offensively, they're going to need to get some things going.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see. We talked a little bit about how the run game hasn't, been exactly what it was at the beginning of the year. They came out there running the ball pretty well at the beginning of the year, but now, last couple of games, that's probably coincides with the little losing streak that we're on here. So.
Yeah, and if you really get down into the statistics, Kiski's run game certainly has been respectable, nothing to be upset about. But when you talk about the, quote, lack of run game or some of the loss in the run game, you certainly have to look to the senior C.J. Hepler. C.J. Hepler had 2 games where he basically rushed for 150 yards in each game, just under or just over. In the last 3, however, he's had 21 carries and only 43 yards. So certainly somebody that Kiski was relying on early, and to your point, was helping them gain success. They're definitely going to need to get him going a little bit more than he has the last 3 weeks.
For sure, and I would think that would be something that they're going to emphasize. You would look to see if they did that right out of the gate here, try to establish a run early on in the game, and then rely on their defense as well. So.
On the Shaler side, Shaler comes into the contest 2-5 overall. As I said, winless in the section. They lost to Pine Richland last week, 35-0, and they lost to Fox Chapel the previous week, 28-14. Similar to Kiski area, in their first 2 games, Shaler put up 72 points. In their last 5, they put up 72 points.
Right.
So something, again, is going to have to give here tonight as we have 2 winless teams in the conference and 2 teams that are kind of struggling offensively.
Yeah. So you got to figure both these teams, we're getting, it doesn't feel like it's late in the season with the weather here, but it is getting late in the season here. So these teams at 0-2 in the section, somebody needs to walk out of here with a win. They're 2 desperate teams to get to 1-2 to stay in playoff contention.
Always exciting to be here with you on High Top Sports as we get set for the opening kickoff, just a few seconds away. That is Cody Dykes, as usual, setting it up for the Cavaliers. Back deep for Shaler. I believe that's Keegan Smetanka, number 1. And we'll see who's on the far side. That is number 5, Ryan Doherty. Doherty will take it inside the 10, across the 20, lowers his shoulder, and he's brought down around the 23-yard line. Shaler will take over, 1st and 10. A little bit about the Shaler offense. We talked about their success early and their struggles recently. Quarterback Keegan Smetanka is probably the main guy when you're looking at it. He threw 3 touchdowns in the opening game of the season Since then, he's thrown 2 touchdowns and 11 interceptions.
So something to watch for Kiski to be opportunistic on defense, get some takeaways.
Here's a handoff to Miller. And Miller works his way across the 30 near the first down marker. They'll spot it at the 31. So a solid opening run for the Titans. Pickup of 8. Brings up a 2nd and 2. Here's Shaler. Shotgun formation. Handoff is to Miller. And Miller is hit behind the line.
He tried to bounce that one outside, Mark. It was nothing doing for the Kiski defense. Stood him up.
I believe that was Logan Johnson in on the play. Called a loss of 1, brings up 3rd and 3.
For Kiski, you'd really like to get a stop here, get a 3 and out, and then get the ball back. Or get the ball for the first time with some momentum like we talked about.
Smetanka looking right, fires, and it's caught by number 13, Dylan Schlegel. Schlegel looks to be across the first down marker with his forward progress, and indeed it is. Ball touching the 35-yard line, and that's good enough for a new set of downs.
That was a nice catch by Schlegel. It looks like he's a little banged up, though, Mark, after the play. He's doubled over going to the sideline.
Dylan Schlegel is definitely one of the go-to guys, or the go-to guy for the Titans offense. He comes in leading the team in receptions and receiving yards. Here's another throw. This time it's to Miller. Miller across the 40, across the 50. He's still going inside Kiski territory, down to the 32-yard line.
A nice little play there. They slipped Miller out on that screen, and he had a lot of daylight to run.
Easy throw and catch for the Titans, and a big pickup as Shaler is in Kiski territory. So, you know, we were right on the edge, as you were saying, of a potential 3 and out. And here we go with 2 big pass plays.
Now they're driving.
And Shaler is marching. 1st and 10 from the 33. Just under 10 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Here's Smetanka looking right. It's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was Logan Johnson who knocked the ball loose for the Cavaliers.
I think Johnson got a hand on it there. And, you know, with you said the quarterback for Shaler last couple games, 11 interceptions. You know, Kiski's going to be looking to get their hand on the ball.
2nd and 10 for the Titans. Here's Smetanka. Miller gives him a nice block, and Smetanka fires incomplete down the left sideline. On the coverage, I believe that was C.J. Hepler or Don Danino. Hard to make out. That's Don Danino, number 22. Great job by Danino to get a hand in on that.
He had good position, too.
3rd and 10. .9:33 remaining in the opening quarter. This is the opening drive of the ball game. Here's Smetanka looking right, fires. Ball's tipped. It's in the air. And in and out of the hands of a diving Don Danino. That tip was by LeBrin Smith.
LeBrin was sitting back there. You could see him waiting for that ball. And as soon as it was thrown, he comes in there and gets a good hand on it. So last couple passes, Kiski defenders have had their hands on it.
So just as we praise Shaler for moving the ball, Kiski comes up 3 in a row, no gain, and it'll bring up 4th and 10.
We're going to go here.
Shaler's offense indeed stays on the field. 4 wide receivers for the Titans, 3 to the right, and that's where Smetanka's looking. Dumps it across. That's around the 25-yard line. It was complete to number 3. Joe DeSabato, but he is short of the first down marker, and Kiski will take over on downs.
He was open. He was trying to stay in bounds there. He was trying to extend the ball, but didn't have enough real estate there.
Looked like he was a yard or 2 short couldn't slam on the brakes and turn up the sideline, as you said, tried to stretch. Kiski's defense holds, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 24. 9:19 remaining in the first quarter. Under center, now deep behind center, that's Logan Johnson. Brock Wilkins behind him. And the give is to Wilkins. He's hit at the 25, but he works his way up around the 28, 29-yard line.
Good effort by Wilkins there. Like I said, he was hit at the 25, but then managed to fall forward for almost 5. Though he did get 5 yards there.
That's the type of running style that you're used to seeing from Brock Wilkins. It isn't pretty, but it is strong, and it's deliberate, direct. And usually he's gaining yards for the Cavaliers, and as you said, he picked up 5 right there. So 2nd and 5. Here's Johnson. A toss to Hepler. And Hepler, he's hit around the 35. He stays on his feet, and he's forced out of bounds around the 40. So C.J. Hepler with a strong run. Picking up around 10, maybe 12. Ball spotted at the 42. 2 strong runs by the Cavaliers. And it's 1st down. Movement on the right side of the Cavaliers line. I believe that was number 5, Carter Diltz. And it is against the Cavaliers.
A false start on the Cavaliers. We'll back them up 5 yards.
So that'll add 5 yards. Brings up 1st and 15 from the 37. About 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. This is Kiski area's first offensive series. Here's Johnson. Looking right. Quick throw. It's tipped. That ball was batted by number 86.
James Sanders.
James Sanders.
It was almost thrown, hit him right in the face mask there. Yeah, that opportunity there.
That is a play we see weekly from the Cavaliers, that quick wide receiver screen. And either Shaler and or Sanders did their homework on that play. And as you said, I think Kiski was a little bit fortunate as that ball bounced out of Sanders' hands.
I mean, if Sanders catches that, there's nobody between him and the goal line.
2nd and 15 for the Cavaliers. Here's Johnson. Hands off to Wilkins, and this time Wilkins is going to go down.
Wilkins, the ball carrier.
With not much to gain there, maybe 1.
Almost looks like some miscommunication there on that play. What do you think?
They do. Kiski does, yeah. It's kind of a weird handoff that they do. I wouldn't argue that it was miscommunication, but there are times where it looks like he's going to run and he pirouettes and hands off. So call it a no gain. Brings a 3rd and long for the Cavaliers. Here's Johnson. And he has no room to throw or run. He is swallowed up by several blue jerseys, led by number 55, Logan Douglas. Kiski area will be forced to punt.
Just like that, Clem, they had 2 nice runs to start their drive, got a 1st down, then you get a penalty, 1st and 15, and, not too many play calls for 15, 1st and 15. So,
especially with Kiski area offense. Not to say that they don't have it in their playbook, but the long, big bang plays certainly is not what they're known for. So to your point, a 4th and long brings out Cody Dykes to punt. He's standing on his own 20. Here's a high, wobbly kick. Gathered in around the 32. That fair catch, Joe DiSabato. And Shaler will take over for the 2nd time. 6:26 remaining in the opening quarter. We're scoreless here. As always, thank you for tuning in to High Top Sports Network. Certainly excited to have you all here with us. Where else would you rather be on a Friday night?
Absolutely.
I say it every week, but that never gets old. Here's Matanka. Hand off to Miller. Miller grinds his way across the 35 up to the 37, I believe.
Interesting to see the different kind of running styles from the running backs here. Miller for Shaler, a little shiftier, a little different style, a little try and make you miss kind of guy. Where Wilkins Wilkins for Kiski, he's straight ahead kind of runner.
Lowers his shoulder, like I said. Nothing. He's not going to dazzle you with anything, but he's going to move the pile. He's going to get you going forward. Here's a fake handoff, throw across the middle, in and out of the hands of DeSabato. Ball was thrown a little bit behind him.
Looked like DeSabato had a step there on the defender. Just couldn't connect.
Brings up a 3rd and 6 from 37. Smetanka in the gun. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. He's looking left. He throws left. Gets caught across the 45 up to the 48-yard line. And I believe that was number 9, Orga. Not quite sure.
I thought they had the PA guy said DeSabato. I'm not
Okay.
Sure. You might, I don't know.
Tough to pick up the number on that far side, but certainly pass was good and good enough for a first down. So the Titans move closer to midfield. 1st and 10 from the 47. Smetanka hands off to Miller. Miller lowers his shoulder at midfield and just crosses into Kiski territory. I believe that was Braden Dunmeyer on the tackle. Pick up a 4. Brings up a 2nd and 6. Again, Shaler comes out with 4 wide receivers, 2 split on each side. Smetanka, he's going to run. Makes a move on Wilkins, and he's tackled from behind. And that's Coleman on the tackle.
Close to the sticks there.
Great job.
Going to have a first down.
Great job by Sam Coleman to come from his defensive line position and make that tackle. We saw Coleman make some big plays throughout the season, and early on was actually named a High Top Sports Player of the Game. So certainly a key contributor for the Cavs defense. But as you said, it was enough to give Shaler another first down. Here's Miller.
Miller, the ball carrier.
Maybe gets 1 on the carry.
Gain of about 2.
Let's call it a short 2, as the ball looks to be just touching the 41. So 2nd and long 8. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. We're still scoreless here.
It's about where Shaler got last time. See if Kiski can stand up here and get a stop.
Smetanka dumps it off to Miller, and Miller can't handle it. He had 2 white jerseys in front of him. One was C.J. Hepler, and the other were closing in. It's Big Brock Wilkins. So probably a wise move.
Business decision.
There you go. Business decision. Always like that.
Smetanka was feeling the pressure on that one. I think maybe if he could hold on to another second there. I don't know who came off the edge there, but that looked like it created the opportunity for him to throw it faster than he wanted to.
Here's 4 wide again for Shaler. This time 3 split right. Smetanka looking to throw. He's going to dump it to Miller again. This time he holds on, and he's tackled out of bounds around the 36 by Brock Wilkins.
Wilkins and Miller are getting pretty familiar with one another.
Pickup of a few. It's either a short 7 or a long 6. But it's 4th down, and this is the second 4th down for Shaler in this opening quarter. They were unable to convert on the first one. They completed the pass, but just short of the sticks. We'll see what they come up with here. Here's Smetanka. Miller to his left. He's looking over the middle. And it's in and out of the hands of number 9, Aiden Orga. Deflected by the white jersey, number 9, was Logan Johnson.
Nice play by Johnson there to get over the top and not draw the flag either.
2 4th downs for the Shaler offense. And the Titans are 0-2 as Kiski takes over again. 1st and 10 from the 38. 2:44 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Johnson. 3 wide receivers. That's Wilkins to his left. And he's going to he's going to keep it himself. And he's not going to gain much. Up to the 40, maybe just across the 40. Pickup of a few. Nose of the ball on the 41, so they gave him 3 there. Hard-earned 3.
Very hard-earned. There wasn't much there at all.
Fake the handoff to Wilkins. Decided to keep himself. Try the middle there. Was able to pick up 3 yards. So 2nd and 7 from the 41. And in motion is LeBrin Smith. Here's Johnson. Looking right. Fires. It's caught by Smith. Smith makes a move. Still on his feet. Across the 45. Lowers his shoulder. And tries to push the foul near midfield. As LeBrin Smith.
Really solid effort by Smith there. He caught that in traffic and then made a couple guys miss. Ended up getting the first down.
6'2", 160-pound junior. Certainly not known for his physical prowess in terms of trying to move the foul. But you're exactly right. Made a nice little move there. Lowered his shoulder and gained a few extra yards as Kiski picks up a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Here's Logan Johnson. Smith in motion again. They're going to hand it off to Smith. Smith across midfield and tackled around the 45-yard line.
Couple nice plays for Smith there, back to back. He comes across the motion there and is able to pick up, 8 yards? 7. Yeah, so moving not a little short of the sticks, but still nice play.
2nd and 3. Just under a minute remaining in the opening quarter. This is Kiski area's first time in Shaler territory tonight. Ball spotted on the 44. Here's Johnson. Going to keep it himself again. He found some room in the middle, but the ball was knocked out of his hands and recovered by the Titans. I believe that was Austin Timko, number 4, for Shaler. And the Titans offense will take over.
Well, he had a play going there too, Flem. I don't know if he ran into somebody. I don't think he was hit. He just ran into somebody.
That was my thought. As I was saying, he found some room in the middle. It's almost like somebody bumped him off his course, and that's when the ball hit the ground. So I believe you're right.
I think it caught him off guard, and whoever it was, maybe his own guy, maybe.
1st and 10 for the Titans, and then around for on their own. That's Orga, and Orga not going to have the success that Smith had when he tried it for Kiski. I believe he may lose a yard or 2. We'll see where they get the spot at.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Looked to me like he lost a few.
Yeah, I would agree.
As you said, PA announcer said no gain. We'll see where the spot is. That is the final play of the first quarter. So after 1, we're scoreless here on the High Top Sports Network. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Shaler has the ball. You're listening to the High Top Sports Network.
Arms Care, located at 85 Glade Drive in Katanning, provides the highest quality medical equipment, supplies, and service for use in your home. After an accident, illness, or surgery, the caring professionals at Arms Care can assist you in getting the appropriate medical equipment into your home where you can make the most progress on your recovery. Arms Care offers 24/7 emergency service as well as a wide variety of specialized medical equipment, and their experienced staff is committed to helping you or your loved one regain normalcy by providing the highest level of quality home care equipment, supplies, and service. Contact Arms Care at 724-545-3200 today.
Welcome back to Shaler High School as we are scoreless through one. Shaler Titans versus the Kiski area Cavaliers. Both teams looking to get in the win column in conference play as both clubs come in 0-2. Right now, Shaler has the ball, 2nd and 10. Here's a fake handoff. Spatanka going to roll right. He's going to throw. He's got a man at midfield. Makes a move, and he's across the 40. Still on his feet at the 30 and down inside the 25-yard line. What a throw and catch by Shaler. Spatanka rolling out to his right was able to find DeSabato.
Yeah, DeSabato seems to be his favorite receiver. You can see why there. Got him in space and then was able to make some guys miss and also drag a couple guys those last couple of yards there.
Almost a 50-yard gain by the Shaler offense.
I'm just going to say how the first quarter was so quick because both teams were running the ball, and then Shaler hits a big pass play.
Here's Miller. Miller wrapped up and thrown down by Sam Coleman. But not before Coleman can pick up 2 or 3. Check that. Ball was spotted on the 25, so we'll call it a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 for Shaler. All 3 drives for Shaler have been in Kiski territory. The first 2 stalled, turnover on downs. And here's a ball intended for Miller and tipped away by Brock Wilkins.
Kind of a reckless pass there from Spatanka there. Didn't look like much was there, and they have a good drive going. Almost wondered if you want to just throw that one away and live to play another day.
You can see how Spatanka is certainly somebody that they have a lot of promise in. Yeah. He's just a sophomore, and he's had success, but you can also see why he has 11 interceptions on the season.
He's willing to take risks, it looks like.
Absolutely. He's mobile, can throw on the run, but as you said, some questionable choices. Here's a 3rd down play. Spatanka looking for room to run. Works his way up the middle. Near the 21-yard line. Make it the 22.
Almost looked as Spatanka was going down there. Did you see that? Looked like he was almost wanting to pitch that ball back.
I didn't see that.
I don't know. Maybe he was just going down looking at the sticks. It looked like he was trying to pitch it, too.
There goes that gambler mentality, I guess. So another 4th down for Shaler. As I mentioned, Shaler on the previous 2 possessions inside Kiski territory. But they failed on their first 2 4th down conversions. This one's 4th and 7. And here's Spatanka rolling right. He's got a man on the sideline, and that is caught, I believe, by Dom Rossi. Check that, number 9. I believe that's Caden Orga. I think I was right the first time. I think it was Rossi. There was 2 guys over there, number 6 and number 9. Not quite sure.
It's tough because their receivers are 3, 6, and 9. And it all kind of looks the same on that far side.
Dom Rossi was the receiver on that play. So 1 for 3 now is Shaler on 4th down conversions. Here's a 1st and 10. Handoff to Miller. Miller trying to back his way toward the 10-yard line. A few white jerseys there to push him back a little bit.
This drive is similar to the other drive that Shaler has had, running the ball, short passing game. They did get that big play over the middle to DeSabato. That's really been the difference here to get him down here.
Called a pickup of 2. 2nd and 8 from the 12. Man in motion. Will fake to him. Smetanka fires into the end zone, and it is caught. That pass complete to Joe DiSabato, and Shaler is on the board first.
Yeah, rolled right, had his man coming across the middle. DiSabato wide open right at the goal line.
That was a missile by Smetanka. He rolled right, and he knew where he was going, and that ball was fired right into the belly of DiSabato. And it is 6-0. Shaler leads with 9:15 to go in the first half. For the extra point is Jack Keenan. Keenan lines it through, and Shaler leads here in the early going, 7-0. Make sure you stay tuned for the Shevlin Concrete Construction halftime show. Kiski area stat man extraordinaire, Ryan, should have some halftime stats for us, so I would assume we'll be able to go over some stats and hopefully get you some scores from some of our other high top sports games. Shevlin Concrete Construction is Western PA's choice for customized driveways, floors, patios, and more. You can stand on craftsmanship, integrity, and traditions with Shevlin Concrete Construction. Visit them on their Facebook page or call for a free estimate, 724-681-4526. Here's Shaler lining up for the kick. Again, that'll be Keenan. Back deep for the Cavaliers, I believe, is LeBrin Smith. And Dom Danino. Hard to make out that second number. It's a line drive kick. And that is Hepler. It hits Hepler's hands. The ball is loose. No signal. 2 white jerseys, 2 blue jerseys. And fortunately for the Cavaliers, they are able to come up with it.
Wow. I mean, it looked like he was in between, like letting it go out of bounds and field it. He did try to field it. Then once he touched it, that's a high ball there, Shaler. I mean, that's a 50-50 ball at that point.
100% agree. It was almost like Hepler didn't know what he wanted to do. And to your point, even after he put his hands down, he paused for a half a second.
Yeah.
Tried to go back. The ball was between his legs. I don't know if he or I believe that was Isaiah Gonzalez over there to help out. But the Cavaliers were able to recover.
Very fortunate.
And they're on the 12-yard line. Johnson finds a seam up the middle. That's Hepler. He's across the 50, the 40. Makes a move at the 30. And he's wrestled down inside the 25-yard line. C.J. Hepler with a huge run for the Cavaliers.
Huge run. Direct snap right to Hepler. Shaler wasn't ready for it. Took it right up the middle and then down the sideline for big gain.
I wasn't ready for it either. I'm used to seeing Logan Johnson back there and took it for granted that's who it was. And as you said, C.J. Hepler was the man behind center. He took to the direct snap and burst through an opening. Huge gain for Kiski area.
About a 65-yard run there, Flem.
First and 10 from the 24. Now Logan Johnson is behind center. He's going to fake a handoff to Wilkins. LeBrin Smith is going to throw, and he's going to find Calvin Heinley in the end zone. That's 6 points for Kiski area.
Wow, what a play call there, Flem. Had it drawn up perfectly. LeBrin on the reverse there. There's nobody there. Nobody out there to cover the man.
I got to tell you, I'm very sick that they ran that play right now. I was doing some scouting this week, and I saw that they put in that pass, and I was waiting for the opportunity to tell you, be ready for when LeBrin Smith gets that, because there's a throw off there, and sure enough, they come with it on the very next play.
They executed it to perfection.
Yes, they did. Cody Dykes kicks it through, and we are tied with 8:28 in the first quarter. Kiski area, what excitement. We mentioned it, not known for the big chunk plays, and they get one on the ground and then through the air and back-to-back plays.
Well, their offense kind of stagnant a little bit, mix it up a little bit, get the direct snap. get the big 60-yard run there, and then LeBrin with the reverse pass. I mean, that doesn't get your offense going. I don't know what will.
Earlier in the game, if you're just joining us, they ran that same type of play, and LeBrin Smith kept it for a little end around. Was able to pick up 6, 7, 8 yards on it. And I was saying I'm a little surprised that they went to it, quote, so early. They didn't run it many more times or nothing else off it. But, again, give the coaches credit. They saw something, called it at the right time, executed it perfectly, and it was an easy 7 for Kiski area. LeBrin Smith,
we say
Calvin
there was nobody there. There was nobody within 20, 30 yards.
Here's Cody Dykes with a line drive kick, gathered in around the 11-yard line. And the Shaler returner advances the ball up just across the 25. I believe that was Doherty for the Titans.
So now both teams, their first couple drives stalled. Then they both answer each other with touchdown drives. Now who can get the big stop to get the ball back and swing the momentum the other way?
Absolutely. We went 12 minutes without a score, and then we just went less than 4 minutes with 2. Right. 7-7 is your score. Here's a handoff to number 5. That's Ryan Doherty. The Cavaliers pointing the other way. I don't see a signal from the officials. The Shaler coach emphatically pointing to the ground. But unfortunately for the Titans, that's going to be Kiski ball. Kiski area comes up with the loose ball deep in the Shaler territory, and the Cavs will take over 1st and 10 from the 31.
Huge play for the Cavs. I didn't see what happened or how he lost. It was a big scrum. All of a sudden, you see Kiski on the ball. So, huge play.
Several white jerseys were jumping up and down and pointing the other way, and I saw a coach on the Shaler sideline, as I said, emphatically pointing to the ground. Officials on the play ruled it Kiski ball. So here we go. Cavaliers offense will go at it again. Here's Johnson. He's looking left. He's firing toward the end zone, and it's just out of the reach of Calvin Hindley. Hindley was the recipient of that last touchdown throw, and Johnson was looking for another one.
They're back to that same quarter, looking for the touchdown. He had a step, but the ball was overthrown.
Talked about Cavaliers offense trying to get going. That's one player certainly Kiski would like to get red hot. He was the High Top Sports Player of the Week last week, Calvin Hindley. Led the team in catches and yards.
Kind of a catalyst for their offense. Like to see him get going early.
Absolutely. Here's another direct snap to Hepler. And this time, Hepler is going to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Shaler was ready for the direct snap that time.
I believe he may have lost a yard on that play. And indeed he did. So 3rd and 11 from the 32. We have the luxury suite over here on the visitor side. We got it all to ourselves, but got many obstructions here with the windows in front of us. Depending on the angle, it's kind of hard sometimes to see the numbers. So here's Hepler, going to try the right side. Bangs his way up near the 25-yard line. Tough run by C.J. Hepler.
Set up a 4th and maybe 3 or 4. See what Kiski does here.
He's definitely short on the first down marker. As you said, looks like it's going to be 4th and 3. Ball was spotted just inside the 25.
Kiski might consider going for a kick and a field goal here, but they're going to go for it.
I would think that would be in the range of Cody Dykes.
That's what I thought.
But they're going to elect to hand off to Wilkins. And Wilkins is going to make the coaches look good with that play call as he picks up enough for a Kiski first down.
Good push by the line there from Kiski. Opened up a big hole for Wilkins to get the first down pretty easy there.
Wilkins gets Kiski down to the 18-yard line. First and 10 with just over 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's Johnson in the gun. Behind him is Wilkins. Split wide left is Heinle. Quick throw to Heinle. Works his way around a few defenders. He's still on his feet. Up near the 5-yard line. Great job by Heinle.
He showed some patience there. He cut in, he cut back out. He kind of weaved his way down there to the 5-yard line.
Absolutely. Make something out of basically nothing. As Heinle was able to pick up a first down for Kiski. So first and goal from the 4. 5:40 and counting in the second quarter. We're tied at 7 right now, but the Cavs are knocking at the door. Direct snap to Wilkins. Wilkins plows his way toward the goal line. He's brought down just short. About the 1, maybe the 1.5. Ball basically at its furthest point from us right now. So somewhat tough to see, but can clearly see it's shy of the goal line. So
I think we're in Wilkins territory here, Flem.
I would agree. And as you say it, Wilkins, deep behind center, going to take the snap and glide his way into the end zone for a Kiski touchdown.
Yeah, another good push, and then that was kind of Wilkins' stride there. Heinle set up with that run down to the goal line, and then last couple of plays were all Wilkins there.
Something, 2 words you don't hear together much, Wilkins and gliding. But he did on that run.
Definitely did.
As he easily worked his way off the left side, as you said, a huge hole. And Kiski, with the Cody Dykes extra point, will stretch the lead to 7. 14-7, 4:53 remaining in the second quarter. So we talked about kind of a fast first quarter, no points in 12 minutes. Here we are now less than 8 minutes in, and we got 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, the offense definitely opened up. The play calls have definitely opened up. We saw some trickeration from Kiski to get their offense going. So now can Shaler respond here after they scored first of up 7-0. Kiski with the last 2 touchdowns to take the lead. Shaler going to look to get a score here before halftime here.
Shaler, as we said earlier, 3 possessions on offense, moving the ball inside Kiski territory. Fortunately for the Cavs, are only able to put 1 touchdown up on the board as Kiski area leads 14-7. The last offensive possession was a turnover by the Titans, so we'll see what Shaler offense can do, assuming they hold on to this kick. Corralled at the 5-yard line, up across the 20, and hit out of bounds around the 26. On the return for the Titans was Ryan Doherty, and he was leveled right around that Kiski area sideline at the 28-yard line. That's where Shaler will take over. First and 10 with 4:46 remaining in the first half. Here's Smetanka with 4 wide receivers. He's going to throw. He's looking. Now he's going to run. Not much room off the left side as he was quickly pursued by Deshaun McBride.
Like a flag came out there at the end of the play there, Flem.
I didn't see that flag. Was it in the backfield or the
No, it
sideline?
was right by where Smetanka ran out of bounds. I don't know what the call's going to be. I couldn't see. But
McBride was the closest player there. I didn't see him hit anyone. Looks like the official on the sideline is pointing toward the Shaler end zone. And indeed, that's where it's going. Block in the back against the Titans. We'll bring up a 1st and long. So we'll retry 1st down. Here's Smetanka. He's going to run again. Tries to make a move at the 30. He's hit.
Well, you've mentioned it a bunch of times, Clem, how Shaler comes out in that 4-wide set. That really seems to give Smetanka the option, if there's nothing there, to tuck it and run, and he seems to be doing it. He's pretty good at that. So.
They've done that with Miller as well. As you said, they spread out the wide receivers and a quick handoff or quick hitter to Miller. And Miller, on a few earlier runs, was able to find some room. So 2nd and 7 from the 32. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Smetanka looking right, throws right. It's caught. That is number 9, Orga. And Orga eludes a Kiski tackler. Across midfield. And again, into Kiski territory. 1st down for the Titans.
Yeah, nice throw by Smetanka there. Kind of hung in the pocket. Hit Orga right in stride, right between the numbers. Able to get a big gain out of it.
Aiden Orga was able to dodge a tackle by LeBrin Smith. And Shaler has a 1st and 10 from the 49. Here's Smetanka. He's going to run, and he's going to get brought down around the line of scrimmage. Tackle on the play again. That's Big Sam Coleman. That's the 3rd or 4th time we've mentioned his name tonight.
I was just going to say, do you keep somebody with an eye on Smetanka back there? The D line's done a good job watching when he breaks the pocket, but he's capable of breaking a big one now. So.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Smetanka looking left, fires left. That's caught. DeSabato, and he's tackled at the 24 by Isaiah Gonzalez. But a big throw and catch, and Shaler has another 1st down.
That was probably Smetanka's best throw of the night right there, Mark. Right down the seam, hit him in stride for a big gain.
Isaiah Gonzalez not pleased with himself on that play. And Kiski area will take a timeout. So we'll take one as well. You're listening to the home of Cavalier football, iTop Sports Network.
Protecting the things you love and how you do so is among the most important decisions you'll ever have to make. TGIF Solutions can provide you with the peace of mind by supplying answers to all of your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, business, life, or farm coverage. Contact the team at the Shellhammer Atwood Agency today in West Katanning to be sure that you, your loved ones, and the things that matter most stay safe when it matters the most. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters.
Welcome back to Shaler. We got a great first half here as Kiski leads 14-7 with 2:28 remaining in the opening half. But the Titans are threatening again. 1st and 10 from the Cavalier 25. Here's Smetanka. Quick throw and catch. That's Rossi. And Rossi stretches toward the 20-yard line. Gonna pick up a few. Call it a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. With just over 2 minutes remaining. I believe Shaler has all 3 of their timeouts. Kiski just used their first one. There's a fake handoff. Smetanka looking. He's going to dump it off to Miller. Miller's got some room. Across the 10. The 5. He's pushed out of bounds. Right around that 5-yard line by Danino and Gonzalez.
And that was interesting to note that I've been kind of keeping my eye on Smetanka. Every time he rolls right, he seems to favor rolling right. That time he kind of doubled back to the left. Had Miller coming out of the side there. So.
Miller was wide open and cruise to the 5-yard line. First and goal for Shaler. .123 and counting on the clock. Shaler's going to have to hurry or they're going to get a delay of game. And indeed, timeout is called.
Hey, you wonder if they're trying to take their time because they don't want Kiski to get the ball back with too much time, but they almost took too much time there.
Absolutely. As I was checking the game clock, I looked down at the play clock, and there was only 5 seconds to go. And I saw one of the Shaler coaches running to grab an official to call timeout. So that's Shaler's first. There's 1:15 remaining in the second quarter. Shaler trails right now, 14-7. As I said earlier, make sure you stay tuned for the Shevlin Concrete Construction halftime show. Shevlin Concrete Construction, Western PA's choice for customized driveways, floors, patios, and more. Named the 2020 winner of Trip Total Media's Best Construction Company, Shevlin Concrete Construction has more than 25 years of experience. You can stand on craftsmanship, integrity, and traditions with Shevlin Concrete Construction. Like them on Facebook or call them at 724-681-4526.
Shaler can punch this in here. I believe they get the second half kick as well. Could be a big turn in the game here. Kind of double up for it this close to the end of the half.
Here's Smetanka. And in motion's Miller. He's going to fake the Miller. Smetanka's going to try to run. He's still on his feet. Breaks a tackle inside the 5 and stretches the ball down to about the 3. Play clock running. Now under a minute. Second and goal from the 3. Game clock's at 50. Play clock's at 22. Shaler has 2 timeouts. Kiski has 2 timeouts. Break the huddle at 35 seconds. Play clock at 7. Here's Smetanka rolling right, looking right. He's going to throw. It's caught by number 14. That's Preston Colance.
He's short of the goal line, I think. The referee marked him down.
It looked like he was short, but I couldn't tell if he was touched or not.
Yeah, the referee was going as if he was marking him down at the half-yard line.
If I remember, once he's down, he doesn't have to be touched in high school, correct?
Correct, yes.
Right, so that was a
down.
great call by the officials. At least it appeared from our angle.
Yeah.
It looked like that ball was caught just outside the goal line, and that's where it is spotted as Shaler takes their second timeout. There's 22 seconds on the game clock. It's third and goal from inside the 1-yard line.
Now the ball is about as close to the goal line as it can be without being over the goal line right now. So,
what do you think Shaler's going to go with here?
I mean, they're down here tight. They've ran a couple, short passes, but you got to figure they have a timeout left still. They can run the ball here and still, have a 4th down play, even if they don't
My
get
thoughts exactly. I mean, it's tough not to run when you only need a half a yard and a timeout. Here's Smetanka under center. Quick handoff. Hard to tell who was on that run. I want to guess Miller. I thought I saw a 2. The PA
Miller.
announcer says Miller. So that's what we'll go with as Miller finds his way across the goal line, and Shaler is an extra point away from tying the game with 18 seconds to go.
A big drive there from Shaler. The extra point's good. Tie the game here right before halftime.
Quick hitter to Josh Miller, and he got the half yard he needed. Here's the extra point, and it is no good. Jack Keenan looked like he didn't want to really kick that one.
Yeah.
Kind of stabbed at it.
Yeah.
And pushed it low right.
Yeah, not a good kick, short of the goalpost there, and Kiski will maintain the lead, but only by 1 point.
Not a very confident effort by Jack Keenan.
Snap looked good. Snap and hold looked good. So.
Absolutely. So Kiski leads by 1, 14-13, with 18 seconds to go. Cameraman extraordinaire, Josh Streckengoss, giving us the golf symbol. I don't know if he was calling that a shank.
I believe he was reenacting his golf swing. I got that. I've seen that motion before.
I've only went golfing with. I was gonna say I only went golfing with him one time, so I'll reserve judgment. As he stated, he was under the weather. Here's the kick by Keenan. A bouncing ball picked up at the 28 by Don Danino, and Danino is tripped up around the 37, 38-yard line.
You wonder the logic. I mean, the squib kick, I don't know. I mean, if you kick it deep, they have the ball at the 20-yard line or so. Now they have the ball about the 40. There's not much time, I understand. But, if they can run a play and get one down there in Dykes' range, they have a shot at the long field goal.
I've seen Cody Dykes attempt numerous 40-plus yard field goals, 50-yard field goals. He certainly has the leg to attempt it, so see if the Cavaliers can give him a shot. Here's Logan Johnson. Looking, he's going to run. Makes a move at the 50, and he's going to give it brought down at the 45. Timeout. It looked like Calvin Heinley was trying to signal for the timeout. I didn't see any of the Kiski area coaches signaling for it. Heinley, several times standing in front of the referee, was calling that timeout.
They got it.
If I'm a Kiski area coach and I wanted that timeout, I would have been discussing a few more seconds on that clock.
Yeah.
Not that it probably matters. We have 4 seconds on the clock, so if you get it to 6 or 7, you probably still only get one play. But he certainly tried to call that timeout well before he was granted.
And still one play, I mean, we're at the 45, they get to like the 35, 30. Now we're talking long field goal.
Absolutely. So Kiski area, barring a defensive penalty, we'll get one more play here. Ball is at the 45-yard line with 4 seconds on the clock. The Cavaliers are going to come out with 3 wide receivers. To our right, that's Smith, Heinley, and I believe Gonzalez. Johnson's looking that way. It's up in the air toward Heinley. Heinley only put out one arm. I don't know if he was being held on his left arm, but he only reached out with one arm there.
You don't want to call pass interference on the Hail Mary if you're official, but I don't think, like you said, I don't think you could extend the other arm. I don't know.
So that'll be the final play of the opening half. Kiski area leads 14-13. Again, stay tuned for the Shevlin Concrete Construction halftime show. And of course, we will have the bands for you, as it looks like the Kiski area award-winning marching band will take the field. Let's take a quick break, and let's get set up for the bands. 14-13 is the score. You're listening to the High Top Sports Network.
Arms Care, located at 85 Glade Drive in Katanning, provides the highest quality medical equipment, supplies, and service for use in your home. After an accident, illness, or surgery, the caring professionals at Arms Care can assist you in getting the appropriate medical equipment into your home where you can make the most progress on your recovery. Arms Care offers 24/7 emergency service as well as a wide variety of specialized medical equipment, and their experienced staff is committed to helping you or your loved one regain normalcy by providing the highest level of quality home care equipment, supplies, and service. Contact Arms Care.
I think Shaler gets the ball at the second half, right? Yeah.
Welcome back to Shaler as we get set for the award-winning Kiski area marching band. Kiski area swept the competition last week at the Bands of America Regional in College Park, Maryland. I'm not sure if you're aware of that or not, but Kiski dominating last week. So enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Big K.
Finals competition winning high general event. Now, without further ado, performing the first two productions of the show, beneath the shifting sands, bring the sun in the future. Let's keep it.
Any other games? Any word on that?
Yeah, I just texted those guys. Freeport up 21-9, still in the first half. That's all I got so far. So much fun.
Kiski's second. Is it a short one? Down here. Yeah, remember, I believe it's right. I mean, it says what? It's a yard. He just asks you how many carries, touchdowns, yards.
It was a short. The first one's the trick pass. The first pass.
Great job as always by the school band there, especially the Kiski area band. You know, we get spoiled here at Kiski area for decades. You know, we've been used to award-winning entertainment, and certainly the Kiski band didn't let us down again. We got about a minute 30 here in the Shevlin Concrete Construction halftime show. Want to go over some stats with you, at least on the Kiski sideline from the first half. C.J. Hepler was your leading rusher for the Cavaliers. 4 carries for a total of 84 yards. So, J-Bo, we talked about C.J. Hepler and his struggles the last 3 weeks. Certainly, he's busted out of that.
Yeah, and that's obviously a point of emphasis for Kiski was to get him involved early and often. They certainly have done that.
Continue on here for the Cavaliers. Logan Johnson also had 4 carries for 20 yards. Brock Wilkins carried the ball 5 times for 14 yards, but he did have Kiski area's touchdown, that short one from the 1 or 2 yard line. I believe that was their second touchdown of the game. And LeBrin Smith, 1 carry for 7 yards. That carry was important. If you're just tuning in, that carry was important. It was a quick end around and a nice pickup of 7 yards, and it helped set up a play later on. Kiski area's first touchdown of the game. Same exact play as the first time, as Smith took the end around, although this time he stopped and fired to the corner of the end zone and found Calvin Heinley wide open. That was Calvin Heinley's first catch of the game. He finished the first half with 2 catches for 38 yards and that touchdown from LeBrin Smith. LeBrin Smith also had a catch for 8 yards. So not a ton of total offense, but efficient, and Kiski area leads right now 14-13.
Yeah, we went in the first quarter with no score, kind of back and forth. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. And then the second quarter, the offenses opened up, and we had each team scoring 2 touchdowns. The only difference is Shaler missing the second extra point after their second touchdown.
LeBrin Smith, as I said, the lone throw of the first half. He was 1 for 1 from 24 yards. That was the touchdown throw to Calvin Heinley. And Logan Johnson was 2 of 5 for 22 yards. So a total of about $170 in total offense for the Cavaliers. On the other side, I don't have specifics for Shaler, but I guarantee you that they are right around that number, if not more, in terms of total offense. Every one of their possessions was significant yards in terms of moving the ball into Cavalier territory. The only possession they have that really didn't go anywhere, I believe it was the third of their third or fourth possession, where on the opening carry, there was a fumble and Kiski area was able to recover deep in the Shaler territory.
Yeah.
But other than that, the Titans moved the ball fairly well.
Yeah, there was their first 2 possessions. They moved into Kiski territory. Were stopped on 4th down. Like I said, then there was a fumble, and the next 2 possessions, they moved into Kiski territory and were able to punch it into the end zone. So, kind of a tale of 2 quarters, really.
And you mentioned it. The only thing that separates these 2 teams right now is a missed extra point in the closing seconds of the second quarter, Shaler had a very, very impressive drive to finish that first half as Josh Miller was able to find the end zone from just inside the 1 yard line. And that's where we are right now with just under a minute remaining. The Cavaliers lead 14-13. Again, we want to thank you for listening to the Shevlin Concrete Construction halftime show. As I said many times before, Shevlin Concrete Construction is Western PA's choice for customized driveways, floors, patios, and more. Named the 2020 winner of Trib Totem Media's Best Construction Company, Shevlin Concrete Construction has more than 25 years of experience. You can stand on craftsmanship, integrity, and traditions with Shevlin Concrete Construction. Call today for a free estimate and design consultation. 724-681-4526 or like them on Facebook. That's Shevlin Concrete Construction, 724-681-4526. Go ahead. No, you're good.
A couple scores in here before we kick the second half off here, Mark. We have Plum up 26-0 on North at halftime. We also have Freeport up on Pearl 21-9, and Highlands leads. And a bit of a surprise, Highlands leads Armstrong 28-7.
All of those games, courtesy of the High Top Sports Network. If you're a business owner or know a business owner in the community, please reach out to us so we can continue to bring you all of this tremendous high school action. Here's CJ Hepler from the 21-yard line. And that's where he will be brought down. CJ Hepler, not much room to run there as he was wrapped up immediately.
Was almost trying to do that split kick that they got Kiski on in the first half where they almost recovered it. Hepler was quick to fall on it and only get a couple yards, but still maintain possession.
1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. This is the opening possession of the second half. See what the Cavaliers come out with. That's Logan Johnson deep behind center. Wilkins behind him. And the handoff will go to Wilkins. Wilkins finds a hole on the left side. Cuts back. Stiff arms a man at the 35. Across the 40. And as he's thrown down, a flag on the play. The only other white jersey in the area was Calvin Heinley. And he was pleading his case before he walked back to the huddle. It looks like the official is going to signal holding against Heinley.
That's too bad. It was a nice run there by Wilkins. He was able to get through the hole there and almost downshift and then work a stiff arm in there, but then the holding call is going to bring it back. So.
Great job by the Kiski line to open up a huge hole. That penalty came in very late towards the end of the play. So give Wilkins progress up to the 32. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 32. Here's a handoff to Hepler, and Hepler's got a hole on the left side. And Hepler is across midfield. Hepler is stripped of the ball. The ball is loose, and Shaler has it. Calvin Heinley tried to come up with it, but it was number 86 for the Titans, and that's James Sanders.
I don't know if Sanders stripped it, but somebody came right in at the end as Heinley was just about to go down and punched right down on the ball, and he was not able to hold on.
A similar looking run to the play before with Brock Wilkins as C.J. Hepler had a wide open hole off that left side, exploded through, but as you said, was unable to secure the ball, and a defender came up behind to knock it loose. Shaler will have it at the 27. Here's a flip to the DeSabato. DeSabato is going to get brought down well behind the line of scrimmage.
I think Shaler trying to hit a little trickery on that, had a handoff, but then tried to flip it back. The guy ran into his own guy, and then he just almost like basketball pass, chest passed it back to the running back area, and then play was basically dead after that.
Thank you for the explanation. As I said earlier, We are in the luxury suite here on the visitor side, but a couple obstructions with the windows, and that play happened right in the middle of one. So I just saw the final flip. 2nd and 17. Here's Smetanka. Throwing to his left, that's Miller. Miller down the left sideline and bumped out of bounds around the 35. That looked like the same play that Shaler ran to set up Miller's touchdown before half. Just a little dump off in the flat and nobody over there.
Shaler lost 7 or 8 yards on that previous play, and they get it all back right there on 2nd and 17.
As you said, a new set of downs for the Titans. 1st and 10 from the 38. 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. This is Shaler's first possession of the second half. Here's Smetanka looking right. Ball is underthrown a little bit. Intended for Dom Rossi. Looked like Rossi maybe stopped a little too soon.
Yeah, I think that was Smetanka was anticipating him to keep going down the field.
Rossi had one-on-one coverage with LeBrin Smith, though. Unfortunately for Smith, just off the hands of Rossi. And it brings up a second down. 4 wide receivers for the Titans. Here's Smetanka. Looking right. Dumps it off. Great one-handed catch by D. Sabato. And D. Sabato is down the right sideline and thrown out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Well, like you said, a great catch, but almost as impressive. He never broke stride, did D. Sabato. He just kept on going right down the field after he made that great catch.
You mentioned it earlier. It looks like D. Sabato is Smetanka's go-to guy. And they were able to connect there on a real big gain. So here we are again, Shaler in Kiski territory. Hand off to Miller. Miller grinds his way across the 30. Down to maybe the 28. Let's see where it's spotted at. Well, spotted on the 29. So a gain of about 2. 2nd and 8 for the Titans. Back and forth ball game. This is similar to the one we had last week against Fox Chapel. Both teams landing blow after blow. Here's Smetanka. Again, the pass is to D. Sabato. D. Sabato makes a move on Gonzalez and rolls his way into the end zone.
D. Sabato, I mean, he was open and then just made Gonzalez miss and then just kind of coasted into the end zone there.
Gonzalez was frozen, and D. Sabato cruised the final few yards. And Shaler now has the lead, 19-14.
And Shaler's going to line up and go for 2 here, Mark. Try and get that extra point back.
You're just joining us, their last touchdown right before the half. The extra point was missed wide or low right by Jack Keenan. As you said, going to try to get one of them back with this conversion. Here's the pass. It's intercepted by Danino. Flag comes in late. So the conversion is no good. I'm going to guess that flag's going to go against Shaler.
Yeah, looks like it as both teams come off the field.
I believe that ball is dead once it's intercepted.
Okay.
So that Shaler defender on the tackle, they might have got him for a little extra after the whistle. Tough to really penalize someone for that.
It's a reaction kind of play.
Absolutely. It's a reaction for the Cavalier to intercept and start to run it back.
Sure.
It's more of a reaction to, hey, this guy's got the ball. I got to get him down.
Yeah.
That's probably one that should have been picked up, but I guess by the letter of the law, it's a penalty, and that'll push this kickoff back, I believe, 15 yards. I believe that was a personal foul.
It's a big play, too.
Yes, it is. So 19-14. Shaler holds the lead with 8:48 in the third quarter.
So that missed extra point from the first half impacts this 2-point conversion, which they don't get here. So now Shaler's kind of chasing a couple points. I mean, they have the lead, but now Kiski can score. Now they can maybe go for 2, get a 3-point lead, or touchdown 2-point lead, however they want to play it. But it kind of opens the game up.
It's always nice when you have those football squares and you got those miserable 2s and 5s and those weird numbers, and somebody misses the extra point. As you said, they start chasing things and weird numbers start popping up on the scoreboard. That's where we're at, 19-14. There's a line drive kick as CJ Hepler retreats to gather it in around the 18. He's on his feet across the 40. Midfield, he's got a step. Across the 40 and brought down around the 30-yard line.
We had a pretty big block in the back down here, though. Looks like it's going to come back.
Good eye by you. I was watching C.J. Hepler try to outrun the coverage around midfield, and indeed, several flags back on the field around the 30 and 35-yard line.
I didn't catch the number of who did the block in the back, but it really was almost as the play was beyond where the penalty occurred. So I don't know that it was necessarily needed, but nonetheless, called.
Looking at the Kiski area coaches on the sideline, I don't see a ton of frustration. Not to say that your point is valid, but typically somebody would be getting yelled at if that block was not needed. But regardless, the ball is brought back to the 20-yard line. So what would have been Kiski 1st and 10 inside Shaler territory is now back at the Kiski 20. Here's Johnson. Hand off to Wilkins. Wilkins works his way forward up to the 24-yard line. Again, nothing fancy when Brock Wilkins runs the ball, but typically he's going forward and he's picking up yards.
Yeah, very methodical runner, but also, like we said, effective.
Pick up a 5, 2nd and 5. Johnson with one wide receiver to his right. That's Heinley. He's going to hand off to Wilkins again. And Wilkins is immediately brought down around the 27. And a gain of 2. So 3rd and 3 for the Cavaliers.
Pretty important play here. You don't want to, you can't really go for it here on your own side of the field, and you obviously don't want to give the ball back to Shaler after they just scored to take the lead.
Last 2 Shaler possessions, netted touchdowns. And it looks like Wilkins is going to be short. He rolled his way across the 30, but it looked like he was down just shy of it. Indeed, that's where the spot is. And the stick, the first down marker, is right on the 30. So Kiski is going to be about a half yard short. 4th and a half.
4th down and short for the Cavaliers.
I see Cody Dykes standing behind the 4th down marker. So the Cavaliers obviously going for it. And unfortunately for the Cavs, they're going to have to call a timeout. I don't know if you picked it up on the camera, but we had several Kiski coaches politely hollering for one of the Kiski players that was obviously needed for that 4th down formation, and he was late on the play, and it forced the Cavaliers to call a timeout.
They were trying to get their short yardage package, or however you want to call it, on the field, and one of the players was not paying attention, but not in the right position.
Coach is not very happy there. Already a stressful situation, down 5. As I said, Shaler scoring touchdowns on each of their last 2 drives. The Cavs trail by 5, and they're faced with a 4th and short. Direct snap to Wilkins, and Wilkins is going to pick up the first down and more. He's across the 40, still on his feet, across midfield, and up to the 46-yard line. Brock Wilkins, a big run for the Cavaliers.
Big, strong run right there by Wilkins. Hard to bring down. Snap was a little bit off. A little high snap. Had to kind of corral that, but once he did, he was able to get a good gain out of it.
New set of downs for the Cavaliers. And they're inside Shaler territory. There's 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Here's 1st and 10. That's Hepler. And he'll take it off the right side. Hit by number 4, Austin Timko. He was able to bounce off Timko's tackle and work his way just across the line of scrimmage. I believe he might have picked up 2 there. This ball is spotted at the 45, so we'll call it 2nd and 8. Here's Johnson now. He's deep behind center. Lead blocker is Dunbar, and the ball will get handed off to Wilkins. And Wilkins finds a seam across the 40 and up to the 39.
Might be close to the first down, maybe a yard short. Yep, there it is. 3rd and 1 coming up.
3rd and 1. The ball is between the 38 and 39 yard line. Kiski is trailing by 5 with just under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. That's Logan Johnson in the gun with Hepler behind him. Hepler will take the Johnson handoff, and he'll get enough for the first down. C.J. Hepler with a gain of about 5 and a new set of downs for the Cavaliers.
Kiski really establishing the run here, Mark. Haven't dropped back to pass in this position once, I don't believe. Every play has been a running play. And they've moved down the field here pretty well so far. So see if they can punch it in.
1st and 10 from the 32. One wide receiver, that's Heinley, out to the right. Man in motion was Dunbar. Hepler going to try to follow Dunbar. He's got a hole. And C.J. Hepler finds some room off that right side behind Braden Dunbar.
Yeah, nothing fancy, just a hat on a hat basically, and opening up some holes for the running backs here for the Cavaliers.
We touched on it a little bit in the first half. Kiski's offense, not typically fancy and not known for big chunk plays. Very methodical. Run heavy. And that's what they're doing here. 1st and 10 from the 22. And off to Hepler. Hepler makes a nice little move and finds some room over on the left side. And Hepler approaches the 10-yard line. And I believe another first down for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, that was a nice run by Hepler there. Looks like number 4, Austin Timko for Shaler. Went to bring him down and just kind of bounced right off of him kept on going down the field.
Eddie Coleman and C.J. Hepler exit the field for the Cavaliers. On for Kiski is LeBrin Smith and Brock Wilkins. That's Wilkins deep in the backfield with Logan Johnson handing off, and there's Wilkins bowling his way toward the goal line. It looked like Wilkins was short, but the signal from the referee at the near post signals touchdown, and Kiski area answers back. The Cavaliers lead 20-19.
I agree with you, Mark. It looked like he was just short of the goal line, but the official thought otherwise. So touchdown it is.
Brock Wilkins with a strong touchdown run, his 2nd of the night. Cody Dykes sends this one through, and the Cavaliers regain the lead, this time by 2. 21-19 with 2:50 remaining in the third quarter. As the team set up for the kickoff, we'll take a quick break here. You're listening to the home of High Top Sports Network.
With over 40 years of experience, the fine folks at Steffi's Country Catering in Adrian can provide you with several scrumptious options for your next family gathering, corporate event, or tailgate. Make sure to try one of their custom meat and cheese trays or pick up a delicious Sunday takeout special. Steffi's Country Catering is a Leader Times Silver Best Of winner 3 years running. And as the holidays approach, get back to celebrating with friends and family and leave the cooking to Steffi's. Sugar Rush Cupcakes by Tara are available by order. That's Steffi's Country Catering. Find them on Facebook.
Welcome back to Shaler, as we got another good one for you here at Top Sports Network. Kiski area regains the lead, 21-19. Here's the kick by Cody Dykes. Return from the 5 by Shaler. That's number 5, Ryan Doherty. Doherty makes his way up near the 25. And that's where Shaler will take over, 1st and 10.
You can kind of see both teams offensively getting to their game, doing what they want to do. We talked about Kiski wanting to run the ball. Shaler last couple of drives spreading Kiski out, either letting the quarterback Semenka either beat them with their arm or scramble to get the first down. So somebody's got to make a stop here at some point to kind of sway this game. Defenses have been kind of on their heels the last couple of quarters.
Here's Smetanka handing off to Miller. And Miller is going to be wrapped up just short of the 30. This game eerily similar to last week's game against Fox Chapel. Josh and I had the call on that one, and it was back and forth. Actually, that was Mason and I last week, if I remember. Josh and I were at North Hills a few weeks ago. But this is eerily similar as both teams back and forth, trading scores. We'll see what Shaler can do. 2nd and 5. Here's Smetanka firing right. And this time, the Sabato can't pull it in with one hand. Ball falls incomplete.
We talked a little bit about the interceptions for Smetanka early in the game. That really Kiski has been unable to pick him off. So he's done a good job protecting the ball. But we can see if Kiski can find a way to maybe get their hands on one and make a big play.
Yeah, Smetanka comes into the game with 11 interceptions on the season. And as you said, he looked a little shaky at times early on. A couple balls maybe thrown a little behind or maybe a little too soon. But as you said, a rare miscue by him. Here's going to try again to throw. Oh! And it is in and out of the hands of D. Sabato. A huge hit. As you could hear my reaction. D. Sabato was coming across the middle. And just as he was about to make that catch, he was met by a Kiski defender. A vicious hit. Hopefully he's okay. While we recover, let's take a quick break here. You're listening to Home of Cavalier Football, Top Sports Network.
Shop and Save at Franklin Village is a family-owned, community-dedicated supermarket with a wide variety of quality food and friendly personnel to make your shopping experience easy. Stop by their award-winning butcher shop where you'll find the freshest cuts of USDA-inspected beef, pork, and poultry. Head to the bakery for the freshest bread and rolls, and don't forget to stop by the deli for an excellent selection of cold cuts, meats, cheeses, and prepared foods like their fantastic fried chicken. That's Shop and Save at Franklin Village.
Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop is the official clother of High Top Sports Network and is a family-owned company that can handle all your custom embroidery, custom sign, and laser engraving needs. Located at 409 4th Street in downtown Fort City, Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop can create sports and career apparel to the exact specifications of your organization. Their laser engraving department can put your logo or design on glasses, tumblers, insulated cups, signs, coffee cups, and more. Call Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop at 724-763-2461 today.
With over 40 years of experience, the fine folks at Steffi's Country Catering in Adrian can provide you with several scrumptious options for your next family gathering, corporate event, or tailgate. Make sure to try one of their custom meat and cheese trays or pick up a delicious Sunday takeout special. Steffi's Country Catering is a Leader Times Silver Best of winner 3 years running. And as the holidays approach, get back to celebrating with friends and family and leave the cooking to Steffi's. Sugar Rush Cupcakes by Tara are available by order. That's Steffi's Country Catering. Find them on Facebook.
Protecting the things you love and how you do so is among the most important decisions you'll ever have to make. TGIF Solutions can provide you with the peace of mind by supplying answers to all of your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, business, life, or farm coverage. Contact the team at the Shellhammer Atwood Agency today in West Katanning to be sure that you, your loved ones, and the things that matter most stay safe when it matters the most. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters.
Just finishing up a 100% outside renovation project at the Katanning store. Don't miss out. Come and see us. Check out our Pennsylvania skill game room. We have the newest machines, the newest games. We have 5 machines. We're about to add a 6th machine. $10,000 jackpots on all 6 machines. Don't miss out on a chance to win. We have the lowest possible prices and the best quality of anybody in the area. We'll take it up against anybody in the area. We put our stamp of approval, hashtag Sable Meat, on every single package, and we're here to serve you every single day. We also have chef-prepared, chef-quality prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesday, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing our favorite page, Sushi Madness shirt. Don't forget to check out our millions of bakery deli products that we're making fresh every day. Appreciate all the support out there. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
Welcome back to Shaler High School. We had a little bit of a scare there right before we went to break. Joe DiSabato for Shaler, attempting to make a pass, coming across the middle, was hit, I believe, by Logan Johnson immediately. And DiSabato hit the ground pretty hard. Fortunately, he was able to get up and pretty much walk off under his own power. He had a few coaches and medical staff there, beside him, but great to see that young man walk off the field.
Definitely a scary play there.
Absolutely. So as we reset here on the hit, Kiski was flagged for a personal foul. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45. 1:55 remaining in the third quarter. Here's Smetanka. Going to throw to Miller. Miller eludes a would-be tackler by Wilkins around midfield. And Miller slides his way into Kiski territory around the first down.
Always interested to see after a big hit like that in the game, or how both teams respond, how the officials kind of officiate the game after that. It's kind of a game-changing play.
Does the game come out slow? Does it regain its speed? You're exactly right. 2nd and 5. Looks like he might have stepped out of bounds a little sooner than I thought. This is Miller. And Miller's going to get the first down. Miller's across the 35. Wrestled down inside the 30 by Dom Danino. But not before a big first down for Shaler.
Big run there from Miller. Made a couple guys miss. Got a big gain out of it.
Josh Miller getting it done on the ground and via the air for the Titans as he picks up another big run and a new set of downs. We have another man down for Shaler. The Kiski area coaches not happy at all that the referees stopped that play.
Yeah, well, they broke the huddle with number 75 coming out of there. I don't know if he cramped or what happened, but he headed over to the sideline, the Shaler sideline. Didn't get there. The coaches were telling him to go down. And said, then they would stop the play. That's not what happened.
Several Cavalier coaches with their hands in the air, wondering why there was no flag and or why there was wondering why they got a free whistle there.
Right, yeah. They didn't have to burn a timeout.
Shaler will have a 1st and 10 from the 25. Here's Miller again, and Miller again has room. Lowers his shoulder around the 15-yard line. Josh Miller having himself a day today for Shaler.
A couple big runs the last couple times here. Big chunk plays. Miller the last couple times he's touched the ball. So
10-yard gain and another first down for the Titans. Just under a minute remaining in the third quarter. Here's a fake handoff, and Smetanka's going to keep it himself, and he's going to cruise into the end zone for a Shaler touchdown. Keegan Smetanka with a 15-yard run, and Shaler answers. The Titans now hold a 4-point lead.
Yeah, Smetanka right up the gut there, a little fake to the running back, and then wide open hole right up the middle. So kind of cruised right into the end zone, like you said, Mark.
Check your squares, as we said earlier, 33 seconds. We got a 5 and a 1 right now.
Two, it looks like.
The Titans trying to get things back on track with a 2-point conversion. Will give us a little more traditional 27-21 score if they can punch it in. Here's Smetanka, rolling right, firing. The ball is caught. And the receiver was able to get his foot down. Can't pick up the number. I believe that was number 6, Dom Rossi. What a nice throw and catch.
And the Kiski defender looked like he was almost going to get a hand on it just over his fingertips. I didn't see who the defender was, but like you said, Rossi able to come up with it and get the 2-point conversion for Shaler. Obviously a huge play.
Smetanka really showing off his abilities in this ball game. You touched on it earlier, his ability to throw, especially on the run. And right there, throws a dart. Perfect spot, just over the outstretched hand of a Kiski defender. And give Shaler a 6-point lead, 27-21.
Shaler, Smetanka, the young quarterback, it's definitely an impressive play.
On to kick for the Titans. That's Keenan. It's a line drive that'll be picked up by Hepler eventually at the 12. Rand had to run backwards for a few yards. Again, to try to pick up that kick. Hepler having a tough time with those line drive kicks in that little corner.
It's been effective for Shaler, no doubt, in terms of field position.
Again, if you're just tuning in, Hepler nearly lost a fumble on a kick a few possessions ago. On the last one, he was able to come up and corral it. This time, same thing, but had to retreat. Trying to find some room to run. Kiski has the ball, 1st and 10 from the 16. Here's Wilkins off the left side. Bangs his way across the 25.
Just kind of having defenders pinball off of him there.
The last 3 Kiski runs have been off that left side. Fairly easy as well. Unfortunately for the Cavaliers, the one prior to that was the Hepler fumble. But as I said, Kiski finding room off that left guard, left tackle. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. Third quarter ends with Kiski trailing 27-21. We'll bring you back here for fourth quarter. You're listening to the High Top Sports Network. Here's Hepler. Off the handoff from Johnson. Hepler works his way through the middle. That was the opening play of the fourth quarter, as Hepler was able to pick up 5.
And we've really seen it here, Flem, the last couple possessions, how the intensity of this game has picked up. And, we talked about both teams being 0-2 in section and having to have this to stay in playoff contention. You can definitely see that the intensity has picked up.
Here's Johnson. Again to Hepler. Hepler up the middle again. And again, Hepler finds some room. Across the 40, up to the 42, and a first down for the Cavaliers.
You wonder if this game we've talked about, it's going to have to come down to a big stop or a defensive turnover. The offense right now are both clicking on all cylinders for both sides.
Each team answering with touchdown, one after another, as Heinley corrals this pass. Lowers his shoulder at the 50 and gets into Shaler territory right around that first down marker.
I think if 10 doesn't bring him down there, that's going to be it's off the races there for Heinley.
I agree. There was nobody left for the Shaler defense. A lot of room for Calvin Heinley off that quick pass. First down for Kiski at the 47 of Shaler. Here's a handoff to Hepler. Hepler again. Off the left side. Hepler still on his feet. He's still going. Approaches the 20-yard line. C.J. Hepler with a 26-yard pickup. And the Cavaliers have another first down.
You can see on that run, Clem, as he's running, he anticipates the defender from behind who had got him earlier. He's really holding on to the ball there. So good job by Hepler there to hang on and have the big run as well.
Talked about C.J. Hepler coming into this game with just 43 yards on the ground in his last 3. And he is certainly getting it done here tonight. This time it's Wilkins. And Wilkins works his way inside the 20, up to about the 18. C.J. Hepler had a pair of games earlier this year, well over 100 yards, and a couple High Top Sports Network Player of the Game awards. He's been quiet in the last 3, but not so much tonight, as the ground game really getting it done for the Cavaliers, and he has been one of the primary pieces of that. Another official timeout as we have a Shaler player down. 27-21 is your score. Shaler leads with 9:40 remaining. Don't forget, J-Bo, we still have the Chip Stove Shot play of the game.
Okay.
And the Ramsey's Place player of the game. It may come down to who has the ball last.
I think we're still, not that we haven't had great plays or anything, but we're still, I think, looking for somebody to make that game-changing play here.
Yeah, I mean, every time we write one down as a potential, Shaler comes back and does something. Kiski answers. Got to scratch that one out, write a new one. I'm going to leave the pad blank for now. Like I said, as we got 9:40 remaining, a lot of time, and the way this game's going, we could have 3 or 4 more touchdowns for each team.
Absolutely.
Here's Logan Johnson. Second down. Hand off to Hepler. Hepler again finds room up the middle. This time around the 10-yard line. That's right where the sticks were. The official
they're going to give it to him, Clem.
Gives him a first down at the 10. So first and goal from the 10. Kiski area looking to answer the Shaler touchdown. And they quickly working their way down. There is Hepler. He's inside the 5, down to the 3.
Kiski with this drive here also eating up a lot of clock. We talk about there's only less than 9 minutes to go. Looks like we have a Kiski player down. But strategy definitely coming into play here. You don't plenty of time, but still, you want to be able to keep the clock burning too. So.
As you said, another player down. This time it's for the Cavaliers. I believe that's C.J. Hepler. Let's take a quick break. 8:48 remaining. You're listening to High Top Sports Network.
Just finishing up a 100% outside renovation project at Catanic Store. Don't miss out. Come and see us. Check out our Pennsylvania skill game room. We have the newest machines, the newest games. We have 5 machines. We're about to add a 6th machine. $10,000 jackpots on all 6 machines. Don't miss out on a chance to win. We have the lowest possible prices and the best quality of anybody in the area. We'll take it up against anybody in the area. We put our stamp of approval, #SableMeat, on every single package, and we're here to serve you every single day. We also have chef-prepared, chef-prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesday, $5 sushi roll.
Welcome back to Shaler as Kiski has a 2nd and goal from the 3. Here's a direct snap to Wilkins. Wilkins, with some nifty footwork, avoids a couple tacklers, and he's in the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, the closest person to him, though, on that run was the official who he handed the ball to after he scored there, Mark, to get us all tied up, like you said. So back and forth we go.
We took a quick break right before that play as C.J. Hepler was down on the field. He was able to walk off. And Brock Wilkins comes right back with a touchdown run. Cody Dykes hangs it through, and the Cavaliers lead 28-27, 8:37 remaining.
Looked like the snap wasn't real great on that extra point, but the holder did a good job to get it in place for Dykes to put it on through the goalpost upright.
Brock Wilkins. So we sang the praises of C.J. Hepler and what he's done on the ground. We cannot forget Brock Wilkins. Don't have any official yardage totals here, but Wilkins, as I said, with that last touchdown run from 3 yards out, that's his 3rd one of the night.
Yeah, it seems like they get down there, and then Wilkins is able to be punished, use his punishing running style to get him across the goal line.
Last week, Brock Wilkins was the leading back for the Cavaliers. He had 17 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. I'd say he's got to be near those totals again.
He's had a couple long runs as well. We talk about his methodical style, but he's broken a couple as well.
Here's Cody Dykes, set to kick for the Cavaliers. Back deep for the Titans is Miller. And I believe Rossi. That is Rossi. Excuse me, that's number 9, Orga. And Orga is still on his feet. Orga is hit as he crossed the 31 by Cody Dykes.
And Kiski bench loves to see that. The kicker coming down and making not just a hit, that was a stick there.
The all-conference punter coming up and showing that he's not just the leg.
He's a football player.
He is a football player. Great tackle by Cody Dykes. And Shaler now will take over. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. 8:24 on the game clock. Your Cavaliers lead by 1. Here's Smetanka. Looking left. He's going to dump it off to Miller. And Miller might have been looking to run before he was able to pull that pass in.
Yeah, I think he was looking at the defender and looking to run before he actually had it, like you said. 2nd down coming up here for the Titans.
And the defense for the Cavaliers get a stop here. That was their bread and butter early on in the season. As through 5 games, they had 2 shutouts and 1 game where they only allowed a touchdown. Here tonight, they've given up 27. coming off a game where they allowed 35. Here's Smetanka working his way up the middle, and the Kiski defense is strong on that one again. That was Brock Wilkins on the tackle.
Yeah, Wilkins was almost waiting for Smetanka to break the pocket there, bring him down, setting up a third ball.
As I was saying, the Kiski defense through 5 games to start the season had only allowed 48 points. Last week against Fox Chapel, though, as I said, gave up 35 and 27 tonight. Brings up a big 3rd and 10. For Smetanka, as he rolls left, stops, sets, throws. Looks like the ball was caught around the 37, well short of the first down. The first down marker is at the 44-yard line. And this ball must have been incomplete.
Yeah, I
apologize. Ball on the far side. It looked like it was caught. And either it went in and out of the hands of the receiver or he was out of bounds. But the pass was incomplete. And it's 4th and 10. That was a timeout by Shaler. Their first of the second half. 7:29 remaining in the fourth quarter.
You got to think Shaler calls a timeout to go for it. They're not going to call a timeout to punt here. You wouldn't think. But 4th and 10 on your own 33.
I would agree with your logic there, but it's not very logical.
I agree.
To be going for 4th and 10 from the 33.
Right.
Trailing by 1, you got to think even if you punt and even if Kiski scores, likely kick an extra point, it's still a
one-score game.
Basically a one-score game. I mean, obviously they'd have to go for the conversion, but
sure. Yeah, I would agree with you. That was my thinking too. Even if they do give the ball back and score, you're still in the game.
Although I guess you could look at it this way too: if Shaler goes for it and don't pick it up, Kiski has a short field. But if they score, it's going to be a lot less time that comes off the clock, right?
Yep.
So we'll see what Shaler does. The first decision is, looks like the offense is out on the field. That's Smetanka in the shotgun formation. And it's a pooch punt and not a good one. In on the play was Deshaun McBride, as he might have got a hand on that kick.
And we're looking at about a 10-yard punt there, too, all things considered. So
the ball was at the 33, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And now it's spotted at the 42. So you're right. Just shy of 10 yards was that punt. So you and I debated it. The ends don't always justify the means, but looks like Shaler would have been better off going for it. Nonetheless, Kiski takes over at the 42. Here's a handoff to Hepler. And Hepler is tripped up by number 44. That's Carson Pierce.
We talked about it, too. Kiski did get a big stop there. That's what we've been looking for, somebody to step up and make the other team either punt or turn it over. Now can Kiski cash that in with a touchdown here?
Yeah, I don't have the official stats in front of us, but it had to be 3 or 4 possessions by each team combined that we went back and forth with touchdowns. 3 or 4 in a row that they just kept answering each other with touchdowns. So to your point, big stop by the Cavaliers. Let's see if the offense can do something. As C.J. Hepler is wrapped up and thrown down around the 38. Make it to 37. So that'll bring up a 3rd and a long 5 for the Cavaliers. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Boy, if you can get a first down here, you can take the clock down inside of easily 5 minutes, if not 4. If you're Kiski, so big play here.
Kiski here holding on to a 1-point lead. Here's a fake handoff, a throw to Braden Dunlop across the 20, the 10, and into the end zone. That's a Kiski area touchdown. Logan Johnson to Braden Dunmeyer. And Kiski area extends their lead to 34-27.
Boy, what a time to call the play action to get up top to Dunkel there. He's wide. Everybody's thinking they're running, they're trying to burn the clock, and then you hit him with a play action pass over the top for an easy score. Huge play.
Again, credit to Kiski area coaches. Some timely play calling in this game, and you said it, a beautiful call there as Logan Johnson finds Braden Dunmire for the Kiski touchdown. Cody Dykes adds another point, and the Cavaliers' lead now is 8 with 5:48 to go in the ballgame.
So now, like we talked about, even though Kiski does score, it is still a one-possession game. Obviously, like we said, they'd have to go for 2 if they to tie it up. But Shaler with the opportunity to respond now after Kiski got the stop and then got the touchdown over the top there off the play action. So to Dunmire.
Beautiful play fake. And just right before that play, you were talking about if Kiski was able to pick up that first down, how they will be able to get that clock inside possibly 4 minutes. I'm sure that's what Shaler was thinking. As Kiski has shown all night long, they will take little pieces on the ground. Beautiful play call to fake the run, throw the pass, and find a wide open Dunmire right around the 20-yard line, and Dunmire cruised into the end zone from there.
I mean, I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was Kiski's first pass attempt of the second half here. I can't remember, but I think they've just been ground and pound really the whole second half here.
To your point, if it wasn't the first, certainly there weren't many others.
Yeah.
So again, credit the Kiski coaching staff there.
Perfect
for a perfect play call. It's easy for us, and that's what we get paid to do, is to criticize or second guess play calls on both sides of the field. And if we're going to criticize, we got to compliment as well.
For sure.
And Kiski did a tremendous job with that one. Beautiful throw by Logan Johnson. Easy catch by Braden Dunmire. And Kiski area leads by 8 with 5:48 to go. Cody Dykes set the kick for the Cavaliers. Doherty and Orga. The ball bounces into the end zone, and a roar from the Kiski area crowd.
It was a great kick. It almost went out of bounds. It looked like Orga was trying to let it go out of bounds, but it just snuck inside of that pylon and for a touchback.
Shaler will take over. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. We talked about this sophomore quarterback, Keegan Smetanka. He's been very impressive all night long. Let's see what he can do for the Titans offense now, trailing by 8. Here's Smetanka. Hand off to Miller. Miller got some room on the left side, down the sideline, and pushed out of bounds just shy of midfield by Isaiah Gonzalez.
Big run there from Miller to start this drive. Not what you're looking for. Kiski on defense here to let him give up a 25-yard run.
Just as I was talking about Smetanka, Josh Miller makes us hit the pause button.
Yeah.
As he's been another story for the Titans offense tonight, and he showed it again there. 25-yard run up to the 45. Here's Smetanka. Nowhere to go, and he is swallowed up. That's number 77, Jack Kreider. Kreider getting his first mention of the evening with a huge tackle.
A big play there by Kreider.
A loss of 7 on the play. As Shaler, just as fast as they go forward with a big chunk of yards, is now sent backwards with a little smaller chunk. 2nd and 17 from the 38. Just under 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Here's a handoff to Miller. Miller going to try the right side, and he's going to fail. Maybe gets back to that line of scrimmage. And indeed, no gain, maybe a half of a yard, but not much. There's 2 or 3 defenders for the Cavaliers in on the stop.
So Miller had to go to the sideline after that play. Looks a little bit dinged up. So.
We saw Di Sabato exit the game not long ago, and now Miller. See what Spatank can do on 3rd and long. He lofts one up to Orga, but stride for stride in coverage was Dom Danino, and there was nowhere to go. 4th and 16 for Shaler with 4:09 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Got to figure a punt here. Mark, we're still over 4 minutes to go. Shaler with a couple of timeouts. Oh, I could be wrong. It's like I don't know. Maybe I should stop trying to do that.
Shaler trailing by 8 with just over 4 minutes. They have 2 timeouts remaining. The play clock almost at 1. And Shaler is going to be forced to call a timeout. So the 4th and long added to the frustration of not being able to get a play off in time. And Shaler is forced to call their 2nd timeout. Kiski leads 35-27 with 4:09 remaining. Again, we talked about the chip stove shop play of the game. If it's heat you want, they got it. Fireplace inserts, gas logs, wood stoves, pellet stoves, and more. Many brands available. Visit their website at www.chipstoveshop.com or see Chip at the Shop located at 200 Thorn Street in Apollo. For more information, call Chip Stove Shop at 724-567-7876. I believe we have somebody in there waiting to nab that play of the game. I don't want to jinx it, but we sang the praises of it for several minutes a few minutes ago.
Yes, we did.
I would say that's the leader in the clubhouse right now.
Say so.
We'll see what Shaler does here as the offense comes onto the field, faced with a 4th and 16. This is Smetanka looking left, rolling, being chased. He fires. The ball was caught. Nope. Signaled incomplete. That ball was incomplete on the far sideline as the intended receiver was unable to come up with it. And Kiski's offense will take the field again. 1st and 10 from the Shaler 39.
I think even if he would have caught that, Mark, I think he would have been short of the stick. So tough there on 4th and 16 for Shaler to get anything going right now. And now Kiski has a chance to really put Shaler in a tough spot here.
So I talked about it being similar to last week's game, back and forth. Unlike last week's game, where Fox Chapel struck late, it looks like Kiski is going to get the opportunity to put the nail in the coffin in the closing minutes. Leading by 8. Here's Logan Johnson. He'll keep it. Falls behind Wilkins. That was Dunmeyer leading the way. As Logan Johnson tiptoed his way inside the 40 up to the 37.
Should be noted, too, that Shaler had to call a timeout before that last 4th and 16 play. So now they're down to only 1 timeout as the clock ticks down to about 3:30 to go in the game here.
Kiski leading by 8. The Cavaliers have 2 timeouts. As you said, Shaler with just 1. 3:20 on the game clock. 5 seconds on the play clock. Logan Johnson takes a snap and hands it to Hepler. Hepler with some room off the left side. Across the 30 and tackled just past the 1st down marker. Kiski area with a big 1st down with 3 minutes to go.
That clock is still winding.
We talked about what could potentially be an easy chip stove shot play of the game, but we're going to have a difficult Ramsey's Place player of the game.
I think so.
As many people contributed to the Cavaliers' lead as it is right now, as Logan Johnson looks to secure the victory. Here's C.J. Hepler. Rumbles his way inside the 20. Again, approaches another first down for the Cavaliers. As I said, Kiski looking to put the nail in the coffin as we approach 2:20 on the game clock, and Kiski leading by 8.
And you wonder too, Flem, Kiski's been running the ball. This line for Kiski is starting to wear on Shaler.
The rain is coming down, and so is the Kiski offense as they approach another touchdown. There's C.J. Hepler, and there it is. A 16-yard run by C.J. Hepler, and your Cavaliers now lead 41-27.
As we talked about, Kiski's line really with a great performance here tonight. Able to just continue to push back that D-line for Shaler.
I hate to take the easy way out, but I saw that last week for Armstrong, we gave the line the High Top Sports Players of the Week. And to your credit, the way the line has been working for the Cavs tonight, we may have to do it here.
Yeah.
As Cody Dykes bangs another extra point through the uprights, Kiski now leads 42-27.
It's hard to argue with that point, Mark, because of how Kiski has run the ball so successfully, especially in the second half.
C.J. Hepler has to be over 100 yards rushing. Brock Wilkins is going to be in the area.
He has 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. Logan Johnson, certainly without the big yardage totals that we saw from him in the last few weeks, but having success on the ground. It's been a dominating performance for the Kiski offense ground game. Obviously, some well-timed passes, picking up a couple touchdowns. But the linemen for the Cavs getting it done in Kiski area, pulling away with 1:59 remaining in the ball.
And for as back and forth in this game has been, the last 7 or 8 minutes of this fourth quarter have belonged to Kiski, both offensively and defensively.
Here's a big Cody Dykes kick. Corralled at the 4-yard line. That's Miller. And Miller is tackled at the 20. That tackle by number 56 for the Cavaliers, Cam Murphy, the freshman, with his first mention, I believe, of the season.
Nice.
Great job.
Got a reaction from the sideline as well. So.
I would say arguably one of the nicest kids on that sideline. I coached him for many years, youth football for the KVL Association. And Cam Murphy, you're not going to find anyone nicer than that young man. And if indeed that was him on the tackle, congrats to him. Getting some varsity action in his first year with the big club. Here's a throw by Smetanka. It's complete to Orga. And Orga crosses the 30 up to the 31-yard line. I'm actually excited to announce this Ramsey's Place player of the game.
Yeah.
Ramsey Place, I don't know if you're aware of it, it's the premier barbershop in the AK Valley.
Okay.
Everyone who's anyone goes to Ramsey's Place. So
I'm assuming Greg Hutcherson's been there.
Put it this way, if he hasn't been there, I'm sure he's well aware of it.
Okay.
Celebrity mention.
Uh-huh.
Former Armstrong basketball head coach, Kiski area alumni.
So we got
as that pass was complete, just shy of midfield, we have a man down for Shaler. Talking about Ramsey's Place, located at 300 Sycamore Street in Vandergrift. Ramsey's Place also offers women's haircuts, hair coloring, manicures, pedicures, products, and more. Open Tuesday through Saturday, Ramsey's Place is your one-stop shop for styling the entire family. Book an appointment directly through their Facebook page, Ramsey's Place, or call 724-571-7368. Great style and family service at Ramsey's Place. I was talking to last week's Ramsey's Place player of the game, Calvin Heinley. And as we were taking his picture, he reminded me, he said, I get that free haircut, right? So word is getting around through the Cavaliers locker room, as many of the players I know frequent Ramsey's Place.
Okay.
My boys also go there.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I mean, I think it'd kind of be a waste of time for me, as I don't have much up top. I mean, he might be able to style, the sides and the back, but not much on top. So I think anybody can put the old number 1 or 1.5 and just get it real quick.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for more than just a quick buzz, certainly Ramsey's Place, as I said, is the place to go. Fortunately for that young man that was down for Shaler, he was able to walk off with some assistance. Here's a long throw down the right sideline, caught by Dom Rossi. Rossi with a great catch.
Yeah,
down around the 20-yard line.
That's a big play for Shaler.
Huge play for Shaler with 1:10 on the clock.
I mean, if they can somehow punch one in here, you never know if they could score and then maybe get the onside kick or, whatever. However they get the ball back. We've seen them a couple times with squib kicks.
We've seen crazier things happen, and here's another pass. And this one looks to be picked off. Indeed it is. What a great interception by Don Benino. As Kiski will take over, and that should be it.
A nice over-the-shoulder catch there by Domino. Looked like it was going to be over his head and the receiver's head, but he adjusted to the ball nicely to pull it in.
The little man that did, the junior 5'9", Don Benino, came up with a big interception last week against Fox Chapel. And here he comes up with another one tonight to seal the victory for the Cavaliers. What should be a victory for the Cavaliers with 1:06 remaining.
Might be the chip stove play of the game right there.
Getting a late entry or a late vote for the chip stove shot play of the game. I don't know. It's going to be tough to beat. On that play action, Logan Johnson's a Dunmire touchdown. But another vote and something else for us to gnaw on in the post-game show.
Minute 6 here, yeah, and the post-game as well.
Kiski area takes their second timeout. 1:06 remaining. Kiski area, with the victory, would grab their first conference win of the year. That would move them to 1-2, 6-2 overall, while Shaler would remain winless at 0-3 and fall to 2-6 overall. Kiski will take on Penn Hills next week at home in what probably will be a must-win game if they want to either stay in the playoff race or make the playoffs. Not sure, with the other scores tonight, but certainly going to be another big ball game as Brock Wilkins takes the handoff and smartly slides to the ground before he is pushed or tackled out of bounds. The clock is running under 50 seconds.
Shaler, yeah.
And after a few seconds of deliberation, it looks like Shaler will take their final timeout. So talking about next week's game, always a big game when Kiski area takes on Penn Hills. I know that's one that the coaches and the players certainly had circled.
Sure.
The Cavaliers traveled to Penn Hills last year, and the score doesn't show. I don't know off the top of my head. it showed that Penn Hills won easily, maybe by a couple touchdowns. But Kiski battled neck and neck through about 3 quarters in that one. As I said, on the road in what was a very important game last year. So the Cavaliers will try to get some redemption at home in what should be another big one.
Yeah, and like we said, 2 teams 0-2 in the section coming into tonight. One of them they had to have it. Kiski keeping their playoff hopes alive at 1-2, looking to build off of this game next week when they host Penn Hills.
So Kiski area lining up for what could be the final play of the game. Logan Johnson takes the knee. And that appears to be it. As both teams retreat to their respective sidelines, the clock ticks away. Looking at the game clock at 20 and the play clock at 21, that will be it. Your final score at Shaler tonight will be Kiski area 42 and Shaler 27. A huge win for the Cavaliers. As we said, picking up their first section victory of the season and improving to 6-2.
Yeah, big win for Kiski. Hard-fought battle, back and forth both ways. Kiski able to get a couple stops at the end, able to seal the game away with a couple of late scores as well.
Great point by you. We went, as we said, 3, 4, 5 possessions with each team exchanging touchdowns. We talked about what defense would step up and get that stop. We were talking about that when the Cavaliers led 28-27. And as you can see, I believe there was 8 to 10 minutes remaining on that clock. As you can see, it was the Kiski defense that stepped up, and they did not allow Shaler to even sniff the end zone in the final 8 to 10 minutes, as they are able to cruise to a tough 15-point victory.
That's basically what it came down to, is those key fourth quarter stops. Shaler kind of in the second and third quarters, especially kind of moved the ball at will there. But when it mattered most, Kiski's defense was able to get the big stops.
Kiski defense was the name of the game early in this season. As I said, only allowing 48 points in the first 5 contests. They struggled last week against Fox Chapel, giving up 35, and through basically 3 and just over 3 quarters, gave up 27.
Yeah.
But came up huge in the fourth quarter to preserve the victory.
Got a score coming in here. Final score tonight: Plum over Knock, 39-0.
Big win. You said Plum.
Plum over Knock. Yeah.
Over Knock. So disappointing for one of our fellow High Top Sports Network teams. The Knock Knights struggling a bit through the season, but not the Cavaliers, as they improved to 6-2. Let's talk about arguably the highlights of the night. I mean, that's why we have the plays of the game and the players of the game, right?
I mean, plays of the game, I think we would have to, talk about, the LeBron Smith early on touchdown. But for me, I don't know about you, Flem, I think we talked about the fourth quarter play action play up top to Dunbar, where, Kiski's running the ball, and then all of a sudden they hit him with the play action to go over the top to Dunbar for the big score to get the 8-point lead.
Yeah, before we go to that Dunbar catch, for those of you that kind of tuned in late or might have missed that, the Bryn Smith touchdown pass that Jabo was referring to, the Bryn Smith took an end around early in the first quarter or late in the first quarter, I believe, and picked up 7 or 8 yards. And then not too much longer after that, it looked like Kiski was going to run the same play. But LeBron Smith pulled up and found Calvin Heinley literally wide open in the end zone. There wasn't a defender within 10 yards of him. And at the time, that was a big touchdown as Kiski area answered a Shaler touchdown. But as you said, I would have to agree with you. Arguably, the best play of the night was when Logan Johnson found Braden Dunbar with just under 6 minutes remaining for a roughly 30-yard touchdown throw. Kiski area was looking to grind that clock out, was running up and down the field in basically every possession they had in the second half. And all of a sudden, the play action pass, and as wide open as Heinley was, Donmeyer was fairly similarly open, and he cruised 20 yards untouched. So, all right, I'll agree with you. We'll go with LeBrin Smith to Braden Dunmeyer with 5:48 remaining as your Chip Stove Shop play of the game. As I said, Chip Stove Shop is located at 200 Thorn Street in Apollo. Fireplace inserts, gas logs, wood stoves, pellet stoves, and more. For more information, call Chip Stove Shop at 724-567-7876. So thank you to Chip Stove Shop for supporting High Top Sports and high school sports in general. Now let's move on to our Ramsey's Place player of the game.
Now this is a tougher one here for me. I know we've talked. There's a lot of candidates here. We talked about Wilkins with his 3 touchdowns. We talked about number 26.
C.J. Hepler.
His name eluded me there. Yeah, he had a nice game on the ground as well.
So I'll help you make this decision even tougher. I got some stats.
Okay.
Again, from the tremendous statistician for the Kiski area, Ryan Thompson, always does a great job helping us out. Unofficially or officially, according to him, Brock Wilkins carried the ball 16 times for 97 yards and 3 touchdowns. Chad Hepler carried the ball 19 yards for 250 yards and 1 touchdown. Logan Johnson had 5 carries for 22 yards, and LeBrin Smith, as I mentioned earlier, had that 1 carry for 7 yards. So in total, 376 yards on the ground for the Cavaliers, 41 carries. So again, I want to use my Kiski math. I'd say around 8 yards a carry.
That's about what it sounds like, 8 yards a pop, yeah.
So when you're talking about basically one runner at 100 yards, another runner over 200 yards, and a team total over 350, it's tough not to give credit to the 5 guys up front.
Sure, absolutely.
I really do hate trying to pick 2 or 3 guys because, you should find one player that really defined the game.
Yeah.
But to me, what defined the game was Kiski's offense grinding it up and down the field. Yeah. And as you said, the stats show it. 3 touchdowns by Wilkins, 200-plus yards by Hepler, and not to mention, the linemen, how often do they get their praises?
Absolutely.
I guarantee you everybody, and here, I'll throw myself under the bus. We know Brock Wilkins. We know C.J. Hepler. I can name you 2 or 3 offensive linemen for the Cavaliers. I know we have junior Braden Micah as our center. Let's see. I know we have Division I potential star Lawhorn Moore, Beef, as he's known. But from there, I'm pretty confident Sam Coleman is on the line.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Jack Kreider.
Okay.
I know Tavian Wilson had some time earlier, but he is injured. And the 5th starter, without looking at the roster, I'm not 100%. So it proves my point that, these guys are unsung heroes. You don't hear their names. The backs and the quarterbacks always get the credit. So we have our cameraman over there, our senior staff member, Josh Streckengoss, giving us the thumbs up. So let's make it official.
Give it to the big guys.
We'll give it to the big guys, as Josh said. I will make sure I make my way to the Kiski practice on Tuesday or Wednesday and give those guys the official congratulations. And certainly we'll give them the kudos they deserve on our Facebook page. And next week, when you're listening to the High Top Sports game of the week, I would think Kiski versus Penn Hills at Richard Dilts Field. So I think that's about does it for us here tonight. Any closing words, J-Bo?
No, I think we summed it up pretty good. We talked about Kiski's ground game with the linemen and the running backs, almost 400 yards rushing. I mean, that's the summary of the game right there. The big stops that they got in the fourth quarter.
A great team effort by the Cavaliers and a great team effort by us up here. I love announcing with you guys. It's a little hot, but it was enjoyable. Like I said, where else would you rather be on a Friday night than listening to High Top Sports Network and watching high school football? So for Josh Streckenjoss, J-Bo, and myself, Mark Flem, thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week at Kiski Area High School. You're listening to High Top Sports Network.